Okay, we're live.
Okay.
It's August 10th. This is from MetPlus Project Stand Up, and present are Sandhya and myself. So, Sandhya, you want to go ahead and give your status, if
Yes.
you don't mind?
I have updated the tracker of ticket number 292, that is timestamp at UTC to local time. I've just updated with some comments, and probably I'll take it up later after some time.
Mm-hmm. Okay, great.
Right now, I have taken up MetPlus ticket number 374,
Mm-hmm.
that is implement job application stage change to not accepted.
Mm-hmm.
I've started with developing of the front end for it and parallelly doing all the back end stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Some more back-end work, as well as I still have to add all the test cases and the Cucumber test cases.
Mm-hmm.
So I've just started on it.
Okay. Yeah, that's a pretty big story, actually.
Yes.
Okay,
And
great.
I also think it'll have a slight dependency on whatever Tongwei is doing. Like if there may be some duplications in our code, or where the applications controller
Mm-hmm.
can be handled. I mean, we need similar functionalities in the application controller. So probably once she checks in, I think I can go on those lines rather than doing something totally different and then later having to merge those.
I see. Yep, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know where the overlap might occur. It's one of those things where I'd actually have to be working on it to see it. It's hard to
Okay.
predict beforehand, right?
Yeah.
Right. Okay, great. Any blockers, Sonia?
No, nothing.
Oh, great. Hi, Tongwei. Oh boy, we still have this problem, huh? Hmm. Okay. Um. All right. So I'll have to keep chat open, unfortunately. So Tongwei, we've already started. Sonia just gave her update. Do you want to go ahead with yours, please? And let's see. Is that 374, Tongwei? The next job for PR. The next task you mentioned, Tongwei, is that 374? That is job state change goes to not accepted. Is that right? Or is
No,
that
that is what I
that's
am
Sandhya?
working on.
That's
Yeah.
yeah, that's right. Uh, let's see, which one is that? Okay. Well, anyway, it's one of those. Don't know what to do with the job filled PR story. Which number
Yeah,
is
I
that?
think 373.
373. Okay, thank you. Look at that. Set job status to filled. So can you describe what it is you are having trouble with? Accept job application. Okay.
Yeah, I think Patrick, that once the job is accepted, it gets filled automatically, and so there's nothing extra to be done here. That's what I think Tongwei is referring to.
Well, in your current PR, Tongwei, when the job is accepted, do you go and you set the job, excuse me, when the application is accepted, do you go and set the job status to filled in the current PR that you submitted? You have already done that. Okay. So you've got that done. And also, if the job status is filled, when you view a job, can you not submit an application to it? You prevented the ability. Yes. Okay. So that's already done too. Do you have cucumber stories for this aspect? Which is basically when an application is accepted, we make sure that the job status excel. Yeah. Okay. No application can be done. But do you have cucumber stories that confirm that? So I go and I accept a job application. Then I go back and I look at the jobs itself, the view of the job. It marks, I see the status is filled, and I see that the apply to job online link is no longer there. Do you have a cucumber test for that? Not sure what you mean by that. Um, we don't. Not sure what you mean. Stubbing we generally refer to mocking out calls to external services like the cruncher or other things. Tell you what, Tongwei, why don't we leave it with this? Okay. Let's see the application anymore. So you set the job status to filled, and you can't see the application link anymore. Is that what you mean? Yeah. Okay. And you have a cucumber test for that. All right. Great. Sounds like you've already got it covered then. I'll tell you what, Tongwei, if you've already done with that, why don't you hold off? I'm going to review your PR hopefully today. I haven't had a chance to look at it yet. If there's anything else in there that occurs to me that you need to do in that additional story, 373, then I will put a comment in there. But it could be that you're done with 373 as well. In which case, you can just go ahead and amend the description to your existing PR. In the description itself, you can say also closes, and then put the PR number in there as well. Excuse me, the waffle number. All right. Great. And you know what you're going to be working on next, Tongwei? Or do you need a story to? Do you need a story to work on? I told you on Monday to submit 2 separate PRs. Is that what you're referring to? Okay. All right. So you're all set then. Great. Okay. Thank you. I guess that's it then, Tanya? Yeah. Good. All right. So for myself, I guess since we last talked, I think I created a couple PRs since Monday, maybe earlier. or I addressed a couple of waffle stories. One is I required the company to have a job email because we need a job email to send applications to.
Okay.
And I've also implemented the download of the job seeker's resume from the Cruncher. That's number 385, so that's created PRs for that. Both of those have been merged in, so we're okay on that. I reviewed some PRs, and last night I worked with Hua and Arun to review a few things. One is we have a couple of bugs in the Cruncher API. It's returning a 500 internal server error, and
Okay.
that's the API when we match a resume to jobs, and the API where we match a job to resumes. Both of those are failing for us. We know the reasons why. Hua knows how to fix it. He just hasn't got to it yet. Also, we have talked about a proposed change in the API. Right now, when we match a job to resumes, we pass the job title and description. And we really just need to pass the job ID because the job's already in the Cruncher database. So there's a story for that. Hugh is aware of that, and he hopes to get to that next week.
Okay.
So what I'm going to be working on next, I'm reviewing Tongwei's PRs I just mentioned, and I'm also going to be working on getting demos to work in Heroku. We're not able to get them working right now. I think there's an email problem. The reason that's important is that will allow us to have Sam do a UX review. And we'll start preparing for the client meeting this Friday. And
Okay.
after that, of course, I'll update everybody in the channel. There's one other item. I guess we don't need to do voting today because everybody seems to have a story ready to go, so that's great. I
Yeah.
did review Mega's waffle number 342, and I had some comments on that. I was hoping she was going to be online, but evidently she's not available right now. Did you guys see my comments on that? Any questions about that?
No, I didn't see actually.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. Why don't I very quickly just show you that? You guys don't mind?
Yeah, sure.
See what you think of it. Okay. So we have got let's see. Let me just set this up. So this is the agency admin homepage, as you guys know. And when I log in, I see tasks that I need to assign to other people. Job seeker has no assigned case manager. I need to assign somebody to be the case manager for that person, right? So we know that.
Yeah.
I see agency's remaining tasks. These are tasks that have been assigned to somebody. And then my open tasks, tasks that have been assigned to me. So the problem that we have here is that there are some tasks that need to be assigned to somebody that I can assign to myself because they're to be assigned to an agency administrator. So review company registration is a task that needs to be performed by the agency administrator. So when I click assign, then what I'm going to see is a list of agency administrators. Right now we only have one, John Smith. That's who I am. That's who I'm logged in as. So I'm going to select myself and assign this task to myself. So I do that. Oops.
Okay.
All right, that's okay. That's because I didn't restart my server here. Let me try this again. Let's try this again. So let's do this. Okay, so that worked. So I assigned a task to myself from these tasks that need to be assigned to somebody. And so what I see here is on my open tasks, I've now got this review company registration task assigned to me.
Yeah.
Pending. The problem is that this table here, agency's remaining tasks, shows all outstanding tasks assigned to anybody in the agency.
Oh, it
that are not
also
yet
has
complete.
my tasks, right?
Yes, exactly. So, and
Mm.
the problem is not so much that this task here appears in both places. The problem is
Mm.
that I can actually go in and set state changes in agency's remaining tasks or here, and it doesn't update it in both places.
Oh,
So if I
okay.
say, so this task has been assigned to me, and let's say I go ahead and I'm going to set it to being worked on. So I click on that, and now work in the task is started. It changes to the flag, right?
Yeah.
Up here it didn't change.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's a problem. This is another example that I was working with yesterday. And I
Okay.
can, so that's the issue.
Yeah.
So what I proposed is basically when we assign a task to ourselves, the task can still show up in the overall task for the agency overall, but
No, I
we,
think, Patrick, better than that would be if the one who's logging in and one who is assigning to himself is the same, it need not show up there, right? If it is somebody else, otherwise it actually doesn't make sense.
well, here's the thing. So what I'm proposing is we have it show up there, and it'll show up in both places, you're right, but the options to change the state don't appear here. Now, the reason why I'd like it to appear both here as well as here, Sonia, and you, because I was thinking of that too,
Yeah.
is that let's say that there are two agency admins, and I assign one of these tasks to myself, so it shows
Okay.
up in my open task. If I didn't show it here, if it's an agency admin assigned task, then the second agency admin would not have visibility to that task.
Okay.
So the second agency admin should be able to sign in and see that, oh yeah, this review company registration was assigned by John Smith to himself, and he's working on it. That's fine. But
Okay.
if agency tasks assigned to an agency admin don't show up here, then the second agency admin wouldn't see that John Smith has this task assigned to himself. We
Yeah.
could get fancy. We could say, well, gee, don't show the task here if it's assigned to me, and I've already got it assigned down here, but do show it if I'm an agency admin, but it's not been assigned to me. We could do stuff like that. So that's something we could talk about.
Yeah. Or Patrick,
Yeah.
can we change the color of those columns in the agency's remaining tasks
Hmm.
and do something like that? Like they are, they are grayed out or something, or some other means of showing them or something like that.
That might work. I think a simple approach, we could do something like that too. Another approach
Yeah.
could be let's just drop the options column because basically these tasks are assigned to somebody already in the agency. These are here for visibility by the agency administrator so that the agency admin is aware that these tasks are being worked on. But the
Okay.
agency admin is not supposed to work on these tasks. If
Correct.
he's supposed to work on these tasks for his own and these
Yeah.
tasks to assign to somebody else. So I think if we just drop the options column,
Yeah.
that
That'll
might
be the easiest thing. Yeah.
be easiest. So I still see, here's my task I've assigned to myself. It's also showing up in overall agency tasks,
Mhm.
which it should, because it's part of the overall set of tasks for the agency. But I
Correct.
can't move it forward by any control here, only down here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, so there's a lot of different ways to approach it. I think that I'm going to go up and update my comments and story. I think you elicited an idea in myself, which is the simplest thing is just remove this column, and that's it. And then we're
Yes.
done.
Correct.
That would work. Okay. All right. Well, thank you both for looking at that with me. Let me go back to here, stop presenting. And I think that's pretty much it. So does anybody else have anything we should talk about?
Nothing on my side. I've just started with the PR. So I think once Tongwei checks in, I think it'll be easier for me because as I see, there are multiple places where there'll be, duplication of code.
Yep.
So I think I can be consistent with what she has done.
Okay. Okay, good. Yeah, we'll have to see with the duplication of code. to me, it looked like it was a pretty clean break between the two, but there's some code
No,
you have to
actually,
write. Yeah.
in the application controller,
Hmm.
whatever we do, I think it can be done in different ways, and there'll be lot of merge issues if it is totally done totally differently. So I
Yeah.
think once she is done, I can do it on those lines, and that way it is much easier.
Got it. Okay. Okay. All right. Sounds good. I mean, it may make sense for you guys to do a pair programming session at some point to go through the conflicts, or like you said, wait till Tongwei puts her PRN
Yeah,
and get that merged and then build on top of that. Okay, great. Well, I guess that would be it then, unless there's anything else.
nothing else.
All right. Thank you both. And so I guess we can connect up again on Friday. Is that okay with everybody?
Yes.
Okay, great. Tongwei is typing. Yep. Okay, great. All right. Well, you both have a good evening, and we will talk again on Friday.
Thank you. Bye bye.
All right. Thank you. Bye now.